If you're finding that your piano skills are plateauing, you might currently have a coordination problem. Let me ask you something. What's the difference between and From a perspective, the difference between the first one and the second one is that the coordination skill needed to perform number 2 is just a lot harder than number 1. Today I want to introduce to you a set of exercises, there's like 200 or 300 of them, that are very good for honing this coordination in your hands. Let's start from the very beginning. Okay, so number 1 sounds a little bit like this, very simple. Something I think pretty doable for most people. We are looking at going up and down, right? So really kind of like honing in on the sensations of what it feels like to go da 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 da. Might sound easy when you first listen to it, but for the beginner, the left hand playing this and the right hand playing this has quite a different experience, because left hand is going from pinky to the thumb, but right hand is going from thumb to the pinky. Let's have a look at number 2. Number 2 sounds like this. So we have basically kind of like starting from the top now, we're going from G da 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 da, going downstairs, then up. Okay, so a nice little variation. Let's have a look at number 3, where it starts to get a little bit more interesting for the beginner here. So. Now again, this might sound pretty easy upon first listening, but for a piano player, where our hands are actually a mirror image of each other, this is somewhat complex, right? So again, even though we're playing the same notes, they are completely different sensations in the right and the left hand. You are using completely different fingers to execute the same notes. Let's have a look at number 5 together. Number 6. If you're someone in that beginner to intermediate level and you're really looking for some coordination exercises, I highly recommend you check this out, the Schmitt Opus 16 preparatory exercises. As you're doing them, I want to caution you, okay? So when we're doing these kind of like drills and exercises, I want you to remember to kind of put on a different cap when you're practicing these, right? So obviously, when we think about playing piano, we often think about playing these beautiful songs like, But when we're tasked to play like Schmitt exercises, where you have to go something like, I find a common reaction from students is that they find this maybe a little bit dull, a little bit like, this is not quite what I want to play when I want to think about playing piano. But I want you to approach these exercises with a different mindset, okay? So to kind of just have in the back of your mind that all this really, amazing music you want to play, especially if they sound a bit more complex, where they're a little bit more busy, they all are going to require a certain coordination and a certain technical skill to be able to execute them. And where do you hone and train these skills? It's actually through going through a set of exercises like that and just going through all the patterns and just like really teaching your fingers how to move and how to execute with different combinations and different rhythms. Can you then approach River Flows in You or Comptine or Moonlight Sonata and actually execute them with ease? I think far too many people sort of jump the fundamentals and the kind of like training zone of piano and just jump straight into something that's really hard and realize, whoa, gee, this is like really hard to play. Let's have a look at 34 and 35. Very interesting exercise here, where you have to actually hold the C as you play the other ones. So very good for developing finger independence, okay? I can totally see how doing this kind of training is just really gonna help you to play all of your pieces a lot better. Let's look at 35. So the Schmitt exercises, highly recommend you try them. What are some practice strategies for the Schmitt exercises? I recommend you to do just 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes before your practice sessions. Go through something like 5 or 10 per day. Really learn how to coordinate them. You will need to persist through them, okay, because as we discussed before, these are drills and exercises. They, arguably don't, a bit wrong to say this, but it doesn't really quite sound like the music, right? The music you want to play when you play piano. But nonetheless, they are essential fundamentals that you must do. So do them for 5 minutes before you practice. Perhaps use a metronome to make sure you're actually keeping in time, and persist through it. Persist through it. In the description, I'll also share with you a link to download this one or to buy the actual book. I myself have also invested time to write some exercises for the purposes of hand coordination. You can check out my hand coordination bootcamp via a link in the description below. In this video, I advocated for that really all of piano problems can be related to the problem of coordination. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. If you want more videos to do with hand coordination, click on these videos. Catch you in the next one.